brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
We're previewing the Big 12 championships with UNI head wrestling coach Doug Schwab as the UNI Panthers head down to Oklahoma City coming up this weekend. And Coach, it's that time of year now, championship time, right? Your guys get a chance to go out there. Everything they've been working for during this season, the off season prior, all comes to fruition this weekend. Yeah,
you see me smile a little bit. I mean, just you like to see the guys, like you said, work all kind of be put on full display. And we've talked a lot about not squeezing the bat tight, man, enjoying the opportunity as much as you can, which is always easier said than done. And, you know, you have a wrestling match almost before the wrestling match that's going on and mentally. But I know that we're prepared incredibly well. We've had. I mean, look at our schedule. I mean, we're incredibly battle tested up and down the lineup, and every guy isn't going to be surprised by anything that's going to get thrown at them. And we've put them in every scenario and situation. Now, to them, it's just going out and scoring a whole bunch of points and going punching their tickets in the national tournament and beyond.
Battle tested, 8 guys ranked. You have that challenging schedule that you talked about. How did that kind of help propel you? You guys are ranked 15th as a team, but how did that kind of help prepare you for the Big 12s?
Well, I mean, the Big 12s is, you get Big 10, Big 12. As a Big 12, we're trying to, okay, can we kind of go up against that conference, so to speak? Because I mean, everyone kind of like Big 10 and then everyone else. I think we're trying to build it up where there's something where people are like, well, man, we got to really look at the Big 12. But to me, I think our job is to have them prepared to be able to make a run at the NCAA tournament, not just get to the tournament. Well, when they get to the tournament, can they do something there? And I feel like the season and who you wrestle and having those opportunities and then winning obviously some of those matches just gives evidence to the guys that like, okay, man, I am one of the best guys in the country, and I've proven it consistently. Now, heck, I'm just going to go do it these next 2 weekends.
The NCAA allocations the Big 12 has, there's only 3 weight brackets that have just 5 spots allocated for them, 6 for the rest of those, and there's probably more depth in a few of those weight brackets.
Yeah, I mean, which the good thing is there's multiple opportunities there, though. It's not like, well, if you don't get first, you don't get to go to the national tournament. I mean, every guy's got. I mean, which we're planning on. You go win your matches, you're going to the national tournament. I mean, you go to the finals or you win the tournament. I always tell the guys, if you win the tournament, I know you're going to NCAAs. And then that's points in how they set up the NCAA brackets too. I mean, that's points for the seeding process. But I know the Big 12 has just got consistently better. And that's part of why we got into that conference. I mean, Oklahoma State, they've had a hell of a year. You got Iowa State and Missouri's won the last few conference titles. South Dakota State's had a hell of a year. I mean, so you start looking at all those teams, and we're bringing a team like Arizona State in next year. We know that once we go through Big 12s and you win a Big 12 title, you can be like, well, damn, I can go win a national title.
Trevor Anderson, Julian Farber, ranked top 26 in the NCAA. Cale Happel, currently sitting in the top 10. What have you seen from him over the last few weeks that has him ready for the Big 12 championships? A couple guys he hasn't faced.
I think the biggest thing is Happel realizes so I talk about squeezing the bat when he's not free, so to speak, and because I mean, you get competition, you can let that weight get on you when he's free, and especially his right hand, because guys are slowing him up in some things, which it's always good to see that, how guys are trying to slow you, but it's like once they can't stop that, then what do they do? Or they're opening up something else. So I think it's helped him, like, okay, here's some adjustments, small adjustments I have to make, not big adjustments, like here's just some small adjustments I have to make, and really it's just this thing, and you can flip that switch like that. So he got reminded of a few of those things, but he's had a tremendous season, and shown that he can beat every single guy at the weight class.
You just about demonstrated on me. I appreciate you holding back. Downey and Sima, what have you seen from them in those middleweights that makes you think they're ready to roll?
Well, I mean, Downey's won a whole bunch of matches in a row, as a freshman, and he man, I'd say gritty, but I mean, he just doesn't give anything easy. And Sima, the last half of the season, I mean, he's shown that he can wrestle through a whole match. He can wrestle in every position. He can ride if he needs to. I mean, heck, he just wrestled the top 12 guy against Wisconsin and was able to get a major decision. So I think he knows that he's gotten better throughout the year. He knows he's building momentum, and those numbers I think are still a little bit high for those guys, but the great thing is they're going to be the ones that get to have the ultimate say in where their number lands, right?
Just a couple other Panthers on one heck of a roll as well. Stay tuned. A story coming up on Volker and plenty more with Coach Schwab.